my own. That look upon your face, my heart is empty and unguided. I'm blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees.
Hello! Oh, blimey. Yes, it is I. Doing yet another flight simulator stream. It's really, I'm really quite enjoying it. This one was supposed to be a daytime stream. I was going to do something else tonight. However, FSX and OBS had a fight again. Excuse me. And Yeah, it did. Yeah, FSX came off worse for wear, and I had to spend all day fixing it. Yeah, it's because I was using DirectX 9, it really didn't like it, and it would sort of capture the window with a bunch of stuff in the background, not in the background, but like black bars around the side and stuff, and it's like I could crop it, but the capture itself was 720p, so if I cropped it, it'd end up being like 240p or something dumb, and this stream is already like low quality enough, we don't need any 240p nonsense. But yes, it's a Dash stream, doing another Dash stream. Really do quite enjoy the Dash at the moment. Enjoy the challenge a bit. So I will just, there we go. That's the sim. Unpause it. So we're on FS Cloud again. I haven't got the ground power in. So we'll just get all of this powered on. Get the other MCDU boosting itself up as well. Oh, MCDU. What an Airbusism. Alright, let me just get this out of here. Shush. There you go. So it's doing some weird flickery testing. Flew to port. Lol. What an unfortunate. Yeah. Let's just get this one going. So we can request our ground power because I don't have an awful lot of fuel. Yeah. So we're going from we're in Newcastle right now. We're going to Southampton. So GPU's requested. Is that it? Do we have GPU? Yep, you hear it starting up. There we go. There's the... Get some of the AC systems on as well. Get our reset fan on. How about I do this in the overhead view? Give me a hot second. Oh yeah, there's the 2D panels. Look at that. They're very nice. Yes, it's nice for them to provide 2D panels because like both Aerosoft and Real Air decided they're too good for it, and they weren't gonna bother. So armature lights, bing bong. The Christmas tree switch. So these need to be set to 12 o'clock. Apparently in the real plane, there's a if you Google -8 copy pasta, you'll probably find it. It's quite a famous. It's quite a famous thing. There's some guy who's flown them in the real world, and there's a funny thing with these. I mean, there's loads of complaints, but funny thing with these is wherever you leave them becomes the new 12 o'clock position when you start up, when you power on the unit. So with regards to panel lighting, we're going to need some of that, and I actually don't know. So there's this here. So that's dome. Wait, is it? And then there's that light, which I guess is alright. And then there's that, which is another type. Oh, that's both, is it? Okay, why bother with the two switches then? But that's not what I want, is all of the writing to be lit up, and I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Unless it's not. Oh, maybe. Oh my goodness. Go away. So, yeah, Microsoft has so much stuff that just sits in the background and eats up resources. It's really annoying, actually. Get our old 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's going quick to go down because I was thinking is like, yeah, that's not like a it's actually on altitude as well. So yeah, I swear there's got to be a way to get like all of this text to light up. Now this is the part of the stream where Elot tries to find the switch that he doesn't know what it says at all. Overhead panel, shield panel, overhead panel lighting. Like, is that the thing I'm after? Or is that just there's a light shining on the overhead? Oh no, it looks like it is actually. I know like some have a light that shines on the overhead, but that looks exactly like the thing I'm after. And then glare shield lighting as well. Let's get that all the way up. Yeah, so you see this is like glowing. It's less noticeable at the moment, but center console forward and center console aft. We'll just put all of this stuff on. Yeah, it's much more detailed in this plane versus the Airsoft Airbus. And you know what? We'll put the dome light. Storm and dome, or just possibly just the dome. What's it look like? Yeah, that's quite nice. So we'll put that on. So now it looks a bit more warm in here, homely. So we should be we should have everything loaded. Yeah, we do. That's the fuel I asked for. So that should be everything we want. This FMC's up and running. Ooh, look at that. Not lighting. So I guess what we'll do is grab our flight plan. So we'll put our departure in. We're departing on 2-5 apparently. So it's Echo Golf, November Tango. Ah! I've forgotten I used this. FMC Newcastle. Runway 25. And we've only got the girly SID. The girl one Yankee. That doesn't seem good. Hold on. Where is my flight plan? Using the Project Fly flight plan, but it is still powered by... What is that? That route is stupid. I just... Oh. I may have pasted there an incorrect route. Not incorrect, but it's in a silly format. Oh, we just go direct to Nateb. Okay. Is it straight ahead? It might be that it's on runway heading, which is why they can do it. So, no SID. Enter flight plan. You absolute wanker. No, flight plan, menu. Oh. I did select depart last time, right? Right? Or was I... No, yeah, because it was SID. Do I put 0 in the SID? The no SID flight plan. Okay. Yeah. Whatever, son. And then we go direct to Nateb. Is this the thing you're allowed to do? Intersection Nateb. I think so, yeah. 0.2 nautical miles, that sounds about right. So now this is where it gets a bit interesting, because if you've got to take P18, so I think that's... now you press list, airway, there's P18, see? And then we're following that to Gasco. So that's number 7. I do like this. This is really cool, actually. the way you interpret stuff, and then it's the P16 to Croft. So again, list airways from Gasto. It's P16. For fucking words. So I'm sorry. To Croft, and then from there going direct to Kepad. So I can probably just type that in. Is going to be easiest. You can do it the same way, but you can just type it in. That's probably cumulative distance, I think, actually. Then from Kepad, we're going on the Lima 151 airway. So again, list, airway, Lima 151. And we're taking that to Peppel, which is there, 3. And then from Peppel, we're taking the Sam 1 Echo. Well, I've got to check FS Cloud first and see what our... Oh, there's 2.1 and 2.6. I think, yeah, 2.1 doesn't have an ILS. I think 2.6 is the one we want. No, because 02, so hold on. What does Southampton look like? Hold on a hot second. Oh no, it's EGHI. I don't know why I put EGNS in there. I'm a complete tit. Just update that. I'm going to have to rename that after the stream. But yeah, because it's correct in the Project Fly thing. EGHI, yeah. Blimey. What a complete fool. So now let's actually check the overlay. So they're looking at runway 20, which is 110.7.75, which I might be able to put in here. It's sometimes a thing you can do. So if we do menu, arrive, put EGHI, enter Southampton. So 20, and the star is the Sam, was it? Sam 1 Echo. So we can actually do the Sam 1 Echo on there. And the approach, I guess we'll just do ILS. This is going to be the easiest. Transition, I assume it will be Sam 1. But again, we're going to have to like verify this. I mean, it might have worked. You never know. Oh no, I was holding format, and you don't hold it, you press it. And follow all that around like that, and then... Holy God. That's a clusterfuck. I think the problem with that is there was a transition, and we don't need a transition. So if we just say the ILS there, no transition, okay, then you go all the way, and then Pepis. And Sam, and then I don't even know what's happened there, like those. Am I 20? So it is the Sam 1. Why is there so many? But yeah, Sam 1 Echo. And it said 402, but you know, that's the thing about stars is they can work both ways. And then I20 ILS2, which it's odd that it's not like what's to do VOR DME. That's all fine, and then it just... So I think this I-20 might be the culprit. Oh no. It's just like... Where's Sam? Oh, see that's the issue, is we don't want to go... That's what it is. Let me put it in again. Oh, it wants me to... Oh, it wants me to play silly games. 12. ILS2. A category 2. No transition. Flight plan. You go through here. And then... What we actually want to delete is Sam. There! So we go from Pepis to I-20. Which I don't actually know where I-20 is. But I think, yeah, then we just follow it in. Correct. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? So, now that's all done and dusted, we could probably start with our checklists. I mean, checklist, I'm not bothering. I'm going to be a fool and do it all with flows. Because I'm lazy. So we're going to want to set our stuffs. So I can't be 100% lazy because I do actually need to do the speeds. Oh, no, before I do anything else, I've actually got to do the weight. So, this is all wrong. I actually have the Majestic configurator, so what I'll do is I'll fucking rage, because it tells me out every time, but... So, our gross weight, which is I guess is the takeoff weight, right? So, gross weight... Oh, no, sorry, yeah. Zero fuel weight is what it wants. So our zero fuel weight is 21336. Three six. Okay. Fuel, I don't care. Fuel on board is the easiest one. It's 2700. There we go. That's our like fuel and weight page done. Performance. That's effort. You don't need to bother. Tune, don't need to bother. Flight plan. Data. Okay. Something we'll just quickly do then is we'll just cross-fill it into the other side, just in case. I guess it always means if I fuck it up, you can cross-fill it back the other way, so if nothing else, it acts as a very expensive save memory card. Probably just going to leave it on that. Like that. And then this one, there's a nav page, which is pretty good. Ooh! That's useful. Yeah, so I think really we're good to sort of start mucking a bit. So, where was I? Speeds. Let's do those bad boys, shall we? So, we'll set our speeds. So, how was it? Our gross, wait, is about 24,000 kilos. Altitude is 0. I'll double at 20, I assume it is. So, with a flaps 5 departure, it's 118 and 122. So I'll put those in. So basically it's 118, 118 and 122. I've muted Unicom because people were making noise on it, and there's very little need for to speak on Unicom. Especially where, you know, the radios sort of work, even if it's not like VATSIM where there has to be a channel. Like, the radios work, so there's towers at uncontrolled airfields effectively. And then V-fry and V-climb. V-fry for flat 5, 24 is 132, and then 143 for V-climb. 132. So yeah, I don't know what constitutes a perfect landing then, because I've done some pretty terrible landings. I mean, the one in the dash was absolutely atrocious, but then it thought I landed at like 30 feet per minute, and it still wasn't a perfect. So I don't know exactly what it is. Decision height can stay the same. MDA, oh, we need to set our airfield elevation, which I'll just grab our QNH, which is 1021, conveniently. So we'll just set that. Oh, wait. Hold on, that's not what we want, though, because this plane is silly. It's 30.15. So... there we go. So we're going to want to set the MDA to about 1,280, about 1,000 feet above airport elevation. And I always seem to take off this thing into, like, it seems to just... No, it is 1,000 feet supposed to change it. But... and our cruise altitude is 230, so I guess we'll just whack that in our altitude selector right off at the bat, because it'll take a while now. There you go. Alt cell. Oh, it's not going to do anything, is it? Fine. So that's our V speeds. Right. So, so we want to set this to something above airfield elevation. Well, let me just grab the airfield elevation for you guys. I think it's pretty low. 265 feet. No. 42 feet. Yeah, that's what I thought. So landing altitude is... yeah, that'll do. Leads on min, packs on auto, lights are all gravy. Everything's good. Reference speed, pitos need to be on, but I'll put those on in a bit. Is there anything else that isn't related to the engines being off? Position lights. We'll put those on, and we'll put position lights on as well, because that is usually a thing to show that an aircraft is like operating and on. It's like you've got your red and your green and stuff. And those lights are usually very much used to indicate that, yeah, this plane is on. Oh, it's blowing in the wind. And, you know, there's people in this aircraft. Beacon means we're going to start engines. So, what we're going to do now is, I suppose, starter APU. Because I think that's pretty much it as far as setup goes. Oh, just a couple more things. Nav source needs to go to the FMS1. And we could set our heading bug to, excuse me a hot second. Hold on. Oh. Oh, but Nateb's right on top of us. Apparently. So, I guess we'll just go direct to Gurley instead, because that's the one that's actually on the flight plan. So we'll take it out of format. I guess heading hold will just set... Well, I'll set it to runway heading when we get there. Everything else seems to be alright. I guess I could tune 118.2. Because that way, you know, I can listen. If there's, you know, if there's people around. Oh, I wonder what the panels look like. Hold on. Well, yeah, they look nice lit up like that, I have to say. So, that's pretty much everything, I think. So, if what we do is we'll go power up our APU. Oh. Yeah, I'll get it powering up. Boobity boop. Okay. So while that's powering up, shut the door. Shut the cargo door as well. Beacon is on. Logo light we can actually get away with putting on because, hey. Yeah. So APU's coming on. Just give that a sec. When that light extinguishes, we can switch on the generator, and then we can disconnect the ground power, and we don't need it anymore. The APU alive. Or is it like a warning because... Why? Sounds like it's running, but we've got a... Don't tell me I've got a generator fault. That would really suck, actually. Do we really need the generator? Oh, it could be something to do with the generator load. Where can I see APU status? Is that like a thing? Can anyone see APU stuff on here? I can't. I'm pretty sure we need the generator to start the engines. Let me give it a cheeky Google. Generator 1. Okay, well because that's not working, I guess we'll just do what they usually do. Just instead, you know, shut down the APU and start the engines at the gate. I mean, it's a thing you can do. It's, you know. So, right engine. I'm gonna select start. It's rising, so okay, it's in start and further. So we'll start that engine. Now, the thing is famously the engines don't generate power while feathered. So engine generators don't work if the engine's feathered. So start the left engine. Why is that? Like, I don't know how they managed to make it so difficult to move the condition levers. Like, I really don't know how they managed it. So yeah, that's just the generators, these three pitos. We can get rid of by doing that. So that's both the engines. Generators offline. So now the engines are started, we'll start the chronometer on that side. And then what we'll do is, I guess, can I move them to... Does that give me generation? And move them to, like, low idle, effectively. Yeah, I figured this out. I didn't figure it out. I was reading it. There was a thing about post about turboprops and flying subreddit, and someone said usually the prop RPM is scaled to avoid the props going supersonic, which might explain why the Dash's props have a maximum, or like, you know, max RPM. getting usual cruise to be only 1,020. Because they're big props, like their props are like 6 feet or something across. They've got to be. They're huge. Or like 7 feet. They're massive props. So, does that give us power? It does give us power, so we don't actually have to have them at full blast. Which means we should be able to push back as is. So in that case, the generators are already on. We can switch off the external power. Put our bleeds on. Untie the main bus. And get our pushback. So in terms of pushback, I'm really just going to push straight. I think it's going to be easiest here.
Well, we are ready for pushback.
Oh,
We are ready now. Please release point break.
okay. I think. Oh, it's shift. Why Microsoft didn't make it so you can steer the pushback yourself is absolutely beyond me. Oh my god, those sounds. It's just... So the weather looks alright. It's not too bad. So I don't know which way we need to taxi because I don't know which runway that is, but I think I just why also on earth in this aircraft it warrants a caution that the parking brake is applied is beyond me. I think the windows are fogging up a bit. It's a thing that can happen. So there is demisters, sort of. Push the condition leaves up to maximum, which actually I just realised doesn't do anything because it's taxi, so yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. Guy's a bit drunk. Taxi light on. It would appear that the lights don't work. So which direction are we facing now? 27. So that's in almost C. That's 07. And where are we departing off of? 20, which is the other one. And oh my goodness, those windows are misted up. How do I fix that? Is it because this is too warm? Ah, we'll just leave it for now. So... I forgot about the way throttling this plane works. Yeah, I needed to actually enable the nose steering before I try and steer the plane with it. There we go. So I think, yeah, normal takeoff power. You can set a single notch of flaps. So what we've got to do is this. Test number 3. See it rises. Get a warning. It's all fine. It's really all there is to it. There's not a lot. I think we're supposed to boot, give the brakes a bit of a cheeky tap, check those are working. What all these people are saying on Unicom. I'll just listen, I won't transmit for now. But that's it, we're also listening on the local frequency. So I think if I... yeah. It's 118.2. It's the local frequency. There's no one else here, so it doesn't matter. But that's the sort of thing that, if people are doing it properly and actually listening to that, then you can talk to them for like arrival. If there's people at the airport and there's no controller, then you can just say, hi, by the way, I'm coming in. There's also an ATC system as well. That's not what I wanted to do. Didn't like that, did it? Didn't do it. So we've got our 1 notch of flaps. So we've got our lights on. We can actually turn this light off. We're just going to use the panel lighting for now. We probably won't turn it back on until landing. I think, yeah, all that's left to do is taxi and take off. Oh, wait. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, 2.5. So I'm actually listening on the wrong frequency. It's 119.7. I should be on. I got confused. But yeah, there's no one here. Let's see. There's very few people in Britain at all. There's three people who are Dark Lord, really. Oh. We'll use the whole runway. We probably don't need to, but I'll do it anyway. Still really feckin' mad that the Rex airports doesn't work. I think we're getting there. I've been talking with support over the past few days, and the guy said he wanted to see my FSX graphics settings, so hopefully they'll come up with something I can do, because apparently the log says the texture's installed correctly. That page, I can leave it on engines. I mean, there's very little. So you can put it on like nav. But I don't know how to do the terrain. Whoops. You can put like terrain and weather, so usually I like to have one on each display. I mean, obviously you can't have them together, but you can have one or the other. But then there's 2 displays, so you may as well put one on each. So that's everything, so just, you know, put these on, those to white, press lock out. Oh, I'll just leave it on systems for now. It's gonna be the easiest way. But yeah, that's everything, I think. Bing bong. Realised it leads to min. Light spoilers. Anything left to do? Start the clock. But just let the RPM stabilize and push it up to rating. I think we're in rating. There we go. That was the rotate. Really? Really? Blimey. Grab my yaw dampener for now. I'm just trying to make this turn myself for the time being. IS 185. I forgot you move them separately. See, in most planes, it's left click to move both and right click to move individually. But in this plane, it's the other way around.
Ah, see what?
And yeah, so switch those off as well. So standard. Strobes are on. Everything looks to be good. Bleeds go to normal. Looks good. And we're off. Look at that. On our way to Southampton. It should get a bit dark while we're journeying. That's the plan. Really. That's what we hope's gonna happen. So, get the music back on. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Oops. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Nav IAS, that's what we want. Oops, sauce. Plane, excuse me, I said... Oh, the autopilot came out, that's why. So that disengages... Ah, okay. Oh, now I know what that does. I mean, it's the go-around button, but yeah. There's also a thing, I'm not going to do it now because I'll do it wrong and kill everybody, but... is this TCS? And what it does is it lets you fly a bit like an Airbus, where it gives you control over the plane. Disengages the autopilot temporarily, gives you control over the plane, and then wherever you leave it, when you release the key, when the autopilot is re-engaged, what the fuck is the plane doing? Why didn't you go to nav? Oh, he's got to press it twice. The autopilot in this thing is a bit of a pain. It's fine, there's no one here to get in the way of. Has been updated. These screens are dark. So we can disengage all of this stuff. Lots of feathers not necessary. So what I was going to do in this. I was going to do something. Oh, I was gonna... So we could set up our VNav, which is something we should probably do now that we have a free moment. Oh, Bambo goes from one actually. Oh. What was that noise? Was that someone? Oh, blimey, hello, Ike Aviation. I'm not on IVO at the moment. I've not flown on IVO yet, but I'm on FS Cloud at the moment. I do plan to have a go though. I'm moving up. I can't, I'm not confident enough to go on the big ones, but I'm doing FS Cloud just to get used to possibly having to talk to people. Then I'll probably do IVAO, because it's less strict than VATSIM, and then I'll try VATSIM as well. But no, I will. I'm not at the moment though. Right. So the VNav, it only shows you 10 waypoints in advance, which is interesting. Because things, if you look, there's Bambo. So we need to be at 15,000 at Bambo, 11,000 at Ryzen, and then 1,800 at or above. You're controlling Southampton, so you'd be fine. There's no coverage at EGNT. Oh. mean, I don't have it installed at all. So, but I do plan on doing avio flights probably soon. But yeah, it'd be cool. I do want to. There's another guy actually who passed through here, and he told he does ATC and IVAO as well. So it'd be good. It'd be good fun. Almost at cruise. I think we'll let people get up because it's going to be a pretty short cruise. So we'll let people get up, stretch their legs, go to the bathroom if necessary. There will not be a catering service on this flight because it's too damn short. No ice, even though we did punch through a bit of cloud on the way up. We're alright. It's less dark up here. It was darker on the ground under the clouds. Ooh. Ooh, that's a pretty picture. Look at that. Go away, spot camera. Go, no, shush, no. Get out, get off the screen so I can take a screenshot. I know I can use an FSX for a screenshot, it's like V or something like that. The Dash just has the coolest sound ever. It's at least 60% the reason I bought this plane. Oh, it went away. Bam. New intro screen background. Okay. Well, once we get up to cruise, I'll drop the condition levers down to 850. That'll make it select maximum cruise rating. So it's MCL, which is max climb. Oh, there's the altitude warning horn. So that is kind of sort of automatic, that. So we're just about leveling off now. Oh no, I'm too scared. See, why? Stop it. If I accidentally feather my engines up here, that's death. There, okay. Now it's gone into MCR. 850 prop RPM. So that's our cruise rating, and it's probably going to end up giving us, I don't know. It's usually about 270 knots, which is maybe a bit fast, but it's not breaking any tolerances. It's probably part of what makes the Dash such a good regional aircraft, is you can go pretty quick even at fairly low altitudes. Although when I flew up Edinburgh way in the Dash, the first flight I actually did, I'm pretty sure I cruised super low. It was like 17,000 or something. So this is quite high. The Dash's flight ceiling is 25,000 feet, which is really low. I thought it was about 30 or something. But like, I'm pretty sure the Beechcraft Duke is
retard.
Like, ceiling. That sounded like that was a follow. Thank you, Sebastian 2803. I think that text was a pretty poor choice. I have to say, I couldn't read the numbers very well, but thank you very much for the follow. It scared me a bit because I've got that Airbus retard sound, and I was like, "What? Why is the plane telling me to retard?" I was like, "No, it's a Dash, you stupid idiot! I can't believe I fell for that." That's partly the reason I picked those sorts of sounds, is because it scares crap out of me. especially if I'm not tabbed in. It's just, what? I'm not in approach. I'm not in an Airbus. What's going on? Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I've always thought the Dash's autopilot was far smoother than the Airbus.
Retard.
And EGHI Aviation, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Every follow is more motivation for me to do more flight sim streams, because they're a bit of a pain. Like, as I say, I tried to do this one earlier today, and it wasn't having it. Like, OBS had a fight with Flight Simulator, and so I was supposed to be. I planned to do this stream about 3 o'clock, and it happened. I spent 2 hours trying to fix it. I was like, no, I'm going to do this in the evening. This is going to take a while. I had to reboot like 5 times. It was to do with DirectX, so I had to put the game back in DirectX 10, and then I loaded in and the game screen was black. So I was like, so I had to reboot my PC, and that did fix it, but it was just a total mess. So I wonder, I guess we could set up our VNAV path, because what's weird about the VNAV path is you only have to pick the first so I usually say -5 miles, which is excessive, but -5 miles I usually find to be quite good. How do I... Wait. It's not behaving like how I expected it to. So have we got a top of descent? I can't see the bloody thing. Ah. Ah, okay. So this is where we would... So there's Bamba, -5, 15,000 feet. There, that's the VNAV path. And the next one is going to be rising at 11,000 and then take us down to the runway. Okay. Well, it's not taking us down to the runway. We've got ILS for that. Speaking of which, I'm just going to cheekily go and Google the ILS. In fact, no, I don't actually have to Google it because I can type it in here. Which you can't see, but it's 20110 decimals. Oh wait, it's 20 the one. Yeah, 20. Okay. So that's going to be. Let's come down here and grab this boy. So 110.75. This is a cool thing as well. It should do it. ILS. See, it recognizes that it's an ILS. So the other thing that I need to do is look up the ILS course, which is usually harder to do than you might think. So it involves doing this. This is how we set the ILS course. So I can Google it. EGHI runway 20 ILS course, because the course isn't always the same as the runway heading. Yeah, and I can't find it. 10 out of 10. So I'm going to use Plan G, which again you can't see. However, that's just because I've got to use game capture for this to turn out remotely visible. So if I use window capture, I've only got the one monitor, so I don't want to risk showing stream stuff on the stream. So in about a month or so I should get another monitor, and then I'll be able to capture that whole monitor and have the sim and simulate things, so you can see all the you can see the 10 programs I have open right now just for Flight Simulator. It's ridiculous. But now Plan G, whereas all I care about is find Golf Hotel India, Southampton. Okay. That will take me to it, and then I just right click, lock info, grab our info panel, and it'll say ILSDME20. Yeah, so it's 110.75 megahertz and 202 is the course, and that's the thing, is it is different. Sometimes it's actually different from the runway heading, but usually, because obviously the runways are all rounded up to the nearest 10 degrees, if it's not quite the same, and that's usually due to shift. So what we do is we've got this up. So we can use the course knob, which doesn't change that course, it changes this course. It's very useful. So we're actually on 202 right now. Would you look at that? Oh, well, no, that's not, but that's the course we're supposed to be following. Obviously, the plane's not following it because of the wind we have, but those X's, that X across the plane in the middle, just means that we haven't picked it up. But you see in the top right of the window there, it says 202. So then all we have to do is do that. And what will happen is on approach, I can look and see if that's ready. Basically, when we're lined up with the runway, you switch the nav source to that. This will go light blue. This will turn into a localizer. This here will show your glide slope. It's a bit weird. It's not fully automated, but that's kind of why I like this plane. And why this plane makes for very interesting streaming content versus the Aerosoft Airbus, which is, you know, once you put the throttles in climb and the autopilot's in, you don't touch it till descent. And you descend by clicking a single button. And then, when you land it, you just pull the throttles back. You just disengage autopilot, fly it in, pull the throttles back when it tells you to, flare. Which I'm not very good at. I pancake it every time. I'll pancake this probably. Dash is a tough bird. Don't worry, she'll take it. It took a 700 foot per minute landing Innsbruck last stream. If you want to see me almost stall out of the sky on Innsbruck approach and have to just fly it by hand, that's what happened in that stream. Yeah, there's a lot to think about, and it's a great one to fly shared cockpit, and I'd really like to try flying shared cockpit with someone in this plane. Oh, someone's talking on Unicom. I love the Rex sky colours. They're so atmospheric. And the night sky as well looks really good. Just see, can we get some nice views like that? Those are quite nice. I don't want to leave it alone too much because plane does silly things sometimes. Particularly one of the single biggest struggles with the Dash is no auto throttle. Which isn't strictly true. We've sort of got auto throttle now, in that there's that rating D10, and the value of the rating D10 is determined by the fadex, which is determined to be 64%. But you can if I pull the throttles back now, throttle will drop, but you can override it whenever you want. There's no strict auto throttle. There is no speed mode. You know, there's these two here. That's lateral. That's vertical guidance. Yeah. So there's altitude hold, vertical speed, and then there's IAS, which is super useful for the climb. So we should be able to see our top of descent. There. EPOL is that waypoint, and then there's our top of descent, the little circle. So that's our top of descent. So what I'll do right now is I need to do the speed cards. But first, let me just cull some of these programs I don't need anymore. I don't need the Majestic configurator. I don't need Project Plan G. I do need to get the Majestic index up, so I can just grab my get my V speeds for landing, which I don't really use. I'll land at whatever speed I can. Not picky. We'll do a flaps 10 usually. You can do flaps 15. Flaps 10's alright. So we're at about 24. Oh no, the landing weight will be different. I'll just assume we're quite heavy. So that's going to be 122 V approach and V ref. And then V go around is 1, 1, 2. So we'll just put those in 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So you can just do this. 1, 2, 2, and 1, 1, 2. I don't know which way around you're supposed to put them in. Honestly, I don't think it matters. Like, honestly, they're just two markers that are displayed on the ticker tape next to this, on the speed ticker. It really doesn't matter which way around they are. They don't trigger anything. They're just there to make you remember. So the thing will descend on VNav without you needing to tell it where to stop descending, and it'll follow the VNav path. So it's slightly better than the Airbus sort of hybrid VNav in that regard. But alright, so how far have we got? We've not got that far actually. It's 4 minutes to keypad, lol. And then probably like another 4 minutes to top of descent. And then we start descending, so. But this is pretty fast. It's 240. This is about what we usually cruise in the Airbus. But I mean, I've got to remember, because Newcastle's not as far north as I think it is. I always think it's like near Edinburgh, but it's not. So this journey's not as long as I always think it's going to be. Yeah. Because that's the thing, is I'm in York right now, and Newcastle is an hour's train ride up the main line. Like, it's not far. Because York's only good. I mean, if you could get a train, a high-speed train up the main line from where I live, just near Manchester to York, it would take, well, I don't know, an hour tops. Only like 70 miles. Mainline UK trains are like 120 miles an hour, so probably less, like 40 minutes. So, yeah, it's not a big issue. I guess we could land with flap 5. Oh no, flap 10 is. Oh yeah, because it's 10, 15, 35. So we have to do 10. I'll set 15. Wait, no. Oh, you can land with flaps 5, but it doesn't. There's no. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess at flaps 5, perhaps the speed isn't low enough to trigger the GPWS, so it only needs to be warned above that. But... So flaps 10 it is. We've only been in the air 25 minutes, which is interesting. And the engines have been running for 38. Oh, we got loads of fuel. Like, I saw how much fuel I needed, and I put like an almost 800 extra kilos in, because I just... In the Aerosoft Airbus, you can always cheat. So if it gets real bad and you run out of fuel, you can just switch off. Oh, well, no, before you run out of fuel to do this, but you can switch off the fuel pumps and it doesn't use any fuel. But the engines still run. Whereas in this, like, if I run out of fuel, I run out of fuel. I don't know what it was with the APU generator. I don't know what... There is, like, random failures. And it doesn't have an ECAM system, so I can't use a... They have... abnormal and emergency manual. So... Do APU... Really? It can't find APU? Oh, yeah, there we go. APU gen failed. Is the warning light illuminated on the APU control panel? Ah, okay, here we go. Yes. APU gen failure, gen off and on. Well, I tried that. Remains illuminated, switch it off. You can't. Okay, so we've got an APU generator failure. So that's going to be interesting. How are we going to do that? You know, it has just been brought to my attention that I don't think I I don't think I told the ground services to sod off. I think it did it automatically. Because evidently it's not hanging off the front of the plane. I mean, what you can do is feather the left, or like shut down the left engine, leave this engine running to generate, get the ground power in, then shut down this engine. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. That's probably how they do it in real life. In fact, in real life before, they've shut down that engine, left that running and deboarded. Because all the doors are on this side. Well, not all. There is 2 doors on this side. But, in fact... yeah, but they only really need to use 2. Oh, the ground textures again. It just loads them with potato quality. This happens every stream and I don't know why. Like, it's ground potato quality textures. This could be a cool shot that I could have used on my logo. I used a pretty decent dash shot, but this could have been quite a cool one. Did I not put the... I thought I put pedestal lighting on. See, those are lit up. Oh, you know what? You know what? Give me that, I swear to God. Okay, that was quite dangerous. Probably shouldn't have done that. How do I close this panel? That works. It's probably a circuit breaker, honestly. I can't see any popped out, so... Oh, they're all off, are they? Looks like they're all off. I mean, obviously these ones are. It looks like the rest of them are. Ah, you see the VNAV indicators appeared? Gotta keep an eye on that, because it really doesn't give you a lot of warning. I mean, even though I gave myself 5 miles leeway, which is probably far too many, but... You know, you can never be too safe with this sort of thing. Bad things can happen. I've had bad experiences with not descending early enough in the Airbus. I've had bad experiences with not descending early enough in this thing. So, because we're literally minutes away from top of descent, I can't believe I took the smoking off. Oops! Right, so we're approaching our Todd any second. 5 miles to Vidocq and probably like a mile to Todd after that. So any second now. Ooh, I'll stick it in VNAV from the start, so. Yeah, it doesn't give you an awful lot of warning. It'll start moving pretty much as soon as it does. There we go. Why can I not as VNAV? What? Really? Does it not work if the altitude you select is below? That is really silly. I thought it did. Huh. So we're going to catch up on the VNAV path. Ooh. With a really aggressive descent. That's why I've idled the power. Which you probably couldn't tell, because the engines don't make a lot of difference. No different noise. So now it's on VNAV path. So yeah, put it on VNAV path. So now it will follow the VNAV path. So now we need to add a bit of power. We moving? Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like we weren't moving. That was spoopy scary. I can't believe Simbrief told us to come in on 07. 02 even, not 07, 02. Can't believe it. Because like we're flying in from yeah. This R. Oh, suddenly the pedestal lighting is here. Yeah. The screens are a bit dark, actually. Oof, that's bright. But now the MCDU screens are really dim. Like, those are seriously dim. There's got to be a way to change the brightness. Yeah, so pretty much as soon as we turn on to our final, we can just flick the nav source over. Speed's dropping a bit. Ah, it's because we... we just stay at here till Evson. I might be wrong. Yeah, because we have to descend 4,000 feet in 2 miles. And it says that's like a 15, 16 degree drop, which is silly. But at the same time, there doesn't appear to be we'll see what it does, but I think I want to get a bit more like, speed buffer, slow it down a little bit. Oh yeah, it said path too steep. So the next one we have is CI-20 at 1800, so I guess we'll just do that. Do 1 mile. Okay, so we've got a new Todd now. In fact, you know what's easier? That's easier, isn't it? Just get it to hold level. Oh yeah. An arm VNAV. And add a bit more power. So that we don't pancake into the ground. VNAV disconnect. So it's going to be a -3 degree slope, which isn't too bad. And then another 3 degree slope to the runway. So. Yeah, 4 minutes from our new top of descent. Sunset. You notice it's getting a bit pink in this cockpit. Don't take that the wrong way. Lol. God, blimey, it's a long ass stream. This plane just takes forever to set up. Like I did notice we'd been going like 30-40 minutes. When we were still like getting ready to start off, but it's just, I know I probably wasted about 20 minutes on the starting soon because I don't want to seem like a really late streamer, so I thought I'll start the stream and set up while it's going. So I'm just waiting on our new Todd, which is right there. It's right in front of us. So again, watching our VNAV path. I mean, I've already armed VNAV, so it's just a case of waiting. There we go, captured it. So I'll let it speed up a little bit. I mean, not too much, because it doesn't slow down very well. It's quite slippery. So on our way down. So we slowed down quite a lot, so I bought ourselves a lot more time by slowing down. So, you know, just coming down. So I think this CI-20 waypoint is where we need to intercept the glide and the ILS. How shitty are these textures like? Gee, they're pretty bad. Just on our way down. The clouds are looking good though. Coverage isn't as thick as I'm maybe used to, but I pulled the settings back for performance reasons. Also, I figured it might help loading. They're very fluffy. Very fluffy. That's soft clouds for you. So looking at the plan, really as soon as we get to CI-20 we can think about applying ILS. Maybe we'll think about getting our Q&H now. It's 30.30 apparently. Oh yeah, I should set it now so the thing can descend quicker. I suppose there's anyone else here? Nah. You see, we actually have picked up the ILS. So can I actually arm, like, approach mode? Oh yeah, I've armed glide slope. That's useful. Back course. I don't think it's back course. Yeah, that ground should be brighter, but hey, it's stock FSX. It doesn't look that bad. If you can see cars. No. I'll give it, you know, it's better ground textures than I usually end up seeing. Usually they're just mud. Like there was one time in the Airbus, and it was just like, it was like this entire area would be like 1 pixel. So this is positively stellar, like... Oh, you can see cars, little cars! That's a nasty crosswind, I have to say. So we could probably... Oh! Looks like a runway dead ahead. So there's nav source. Okay, we've captured the approach.
2500.
So we'll get that in, drop a notch of flaps, the gear. Landing lights are on. Okay, we'll go flaps 10. Okay, gear is down 3 greens. Plane seems to be having a bit of trouble. Okay, so we're gonna gently pull the throttle back and try and... Oh, before I forget. Yeah, gotta do that. Because the speed is hurtling down. Minimum bleeds. Yeah, ignoring the MDA because we're on the glide slope now. It's all fine.
1000.
Coming in quite fast. Even just the tiniest bit of throttle is so hard. Okay, that seems to be pretty good. Yeah, about 20% torque seems to work well.
Plus 100.
Okay.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50. 30. 20.
Did I bounce it? Yeah, I did. That wasn't too bad of a landing though. I've done worse. When's my notification going to show up on this? Is that an exit? I can't tell. It looks like it is, but I can't see. Oh, no, maybe it's not actually. Yeah, it made a great landing. Well, I mean, how heavy was it? Okay, this seems to think it was 38 feet, doesn't it? Which is perfect, apparently. I think that's bullshit. And, yeah, SimStall says it's about -400, which is better than the last one. Pause that. Oh, here we go. We just hold. Okay, now I can see what we're doing. Get that in. Yeah, see, loads of fuel over. Just remember to turn these off. Oh, this is weird. I can't see anything. I like the beacon atop the tower though, that's pretty cool. I can't remember if I've been to Southampton before in Flight Simulator. Right, yeah, okay. Go left here. Oh. I have a feeling this is like a GA parking. So, generator works. Nice. So then what I can do? There we go. No, the generators, support generators is going to show up. So there we go. Engines were running for, is that an hour and 15? And we were in the air for 57 minutes. Which isn't bad, really. Oh, that's cool. Oh look, it measures it, 56. So use about half of our fuel. We have some less of this. Okay, so let's get. Oh, is it because I had the external power on? Oops, I forgot to lift the flaps and we're gonna run out of hydraulic pressure. Okay, just don't tell anyone that happened, it's fine. There guys, now you can see. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's not left and right. It's like there's two different types of light. Interesting. There we go, it's all off. Quiet now. Well, I apologise for noise in the background. This is being irresponsible. It's a good thing the noise gate doesn't pick it up. It's very annoying. Well, there we go. I'll get off quickly because noise, but yeah, that was Dash Stream. Gonna do more of those. Gonna do stuff on IVO. Gonna be great. Okay, that's all from me. I'll see you on next stream, 8 o'clock British Standard Time.
Come in. I can seat you by the fire. Listen. There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be alright. But I think I learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna let you out of my sight. You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when your answer ain't